let's quickly let's move on. Let's allow you see what's going down in England. It's very important to a lot of people. The results. Let's see if we can get that across to you quickly. Arsenal, yeah, they've gotten a goal. And Manchester City. It seems at this stage the clubs want to ensure that we're not doing the Gunners any favors, as long as we win our games. I mean,
certainly. I mean, Arsenal not only have to win their games. Oh, it's now 2-0. Manchester City is 3-0.
Something else.
It's pretty much over.
And we always know that the Gunners will always. There's always a late charge, start winning their games towards the end. But I think the damage has already been done already. And now, if he heads this way, anything short of an outright loss for either Liverpool or Manchester City on the last day, it's probably over.
Did you say outright loss? I feel Manchester City are safe already. I mean, they are 75th on the. So they have 75.
I said an outright loss.
Well, as far as
Arsenal will be on 72. If they lose and Arsenal gets whoever they play and scores 7 goals. There you go.
7 goals.
I'm just saying.
Are you sure they can score 7 goals against Everton?
I hate using the calculator, but let's just. But it's still mathematically possible.
It's a very simple thing. If Liverpool loses in their last game, I mean, on Sunday, Arsenal wins against Everton.
Only that.
Only that. But
okay.
As it is like this, as it is Arsenal in the 5th position, I think Manchester City have pretty much stamped their place in the UEFA Champions League. So
Cosmos' opinion, a lot of diehard Arsenal fans will probably not agree with him. But let's move on. Let's talk about this man, Super Eagles forward and Manchester City striker Kelechi Iheanacho. Unfortunately, we're going to be talking about him, whether or not he's going to stay with City. A lot of people will argue that his performance has justified him staying at the club. But there's a big question mark. Today you're going to hear some of his handlers saying he is not going anywhere. The next day, some of his handlers saying he will go somewhere else to get playing time. And of course, it's not just Kelechi Iheanacho. You have Yaya Toure, Zabaleta. The club has announced his departure. Jesus Navas. You also hear about the French guys.
Sami Nasri.
Bakary Sagna.
Clichy as well.
And so there's going to be a lot of an exodus, so to speak. But do you figure that our old man will probably be part?
Well, I think Kelechi Iheanacho, if he needs to be very
hearing Dortmund, we are hearing Hoffenheim.
As far as I'm concerned, well, it's my opinion. I feel he should leave Manchester City. Fine. In Manchester City, it's been awesome. Maybe under Pep Guardiola, it's not particularly contested, but then to score 7-8 goals in the season, despite the fact that you're not getting
most substitute appearances. And he knows how to. His positioning is good. All of his goals have been because of very, very good tactical positioning on his part. Awareness.
Awareness, and he knows how to, fit in. He knows how to drive in. He knows how to be in the right place at the right time to score the goals. So, but then he's not particularly playing. And of course, the arrival of Gabriel Jesus to Manchester City pretty much killed his time. All those little substitute roles they get pretty much killed it. Okay. And just probably play 1 or twice in a month or so. I feel he should just go to a club where he can be able to play well. He can score goals. You know that. He knows how to drive in, and that is the goal against Zambia in the World Cup qualifier. He can do that. So and actually this guy won the CNN goal of the week.
But let me play the devil's advocate, Cosmos. A lot of people will argue that the issue here is not Kelechi's quality. The issue here is the playing style of the manager. And some will also be bold as to go on to say that most of the choices that Pep has made this season has backfired. John Stones keeping Vincent Kompany on the bench when he was fit. Yaya Toure. Playing Gabriel Jesus ahead of Sergio Aguero. And a lot of people will try to say maybe Kelechi is a victim of some of those, and that it wasn't because of his performance.
Well, you could say he's a victim or not, but then Pep Guardiola will come out and tell you it's purely tactical. I mean, he knows the team, he knows it all, and he feels
and
that
my record speaks for me. If I make a decision about a player,
he knows it all and all, and he feels that Kelechi Iheanacho and of course other players as well
in that bracket
are not particularly at that time do not fit into the tactical approach that he wants at that time against for any match. Yeah, you could say that it's backfired, especially with the Yaya issue, which for me was pretty much sentimental. It was more sentimental than tactical. But then for Iheanacho, you would understand that for the first half of the season, Iheanacho pretty much featured in the team. Maybe not as a starter, but most of the time as somebody that comes in and does the damage, and he scored some very important and vital goal for Manchester City. It's, as far as I'm concerned, where it ended for him was the arrival of Gabriel Jesus. And at that time, he could not get playing time. Even when he started coming in, yes, he scored 1 or 2 goals or so. But, you would understand that it's Pep. Pep feels that he cannot play. I'm sure Pep understands that he's a very good player. Pep understands that he knows.
And he also had some nice things to say about Kelechi Iheanacho.
Exactly.
But it's just not working at this point.
It was Pellegrini that actually gave him that chance. Okay. And it's not available. I feel that at least on a loan, just leave for that year. Play regular football outside of England. Or
let's talk about
England.
Another Super Eagles player. This one will make you smile. Wilfred Ndidi. Even before he was given this award, a lot of us thought he deserved to be named as the best young, receiving an award for the best young player. Wilfred Ndidi, a plus for the Eagles. Because of Wilfred Ndidi, a lot of people are not even worried about the captain of this Super Eagles, Mikel Obi, anymore. But aside being a Nigerian, I think he contributed a lot to Leicester City's survival in the English Premier League.
I mean, when it came to the English Premier League, at that time, Leicester City were actually struggling because of the fact that Kante had left. There was a big void.
Left a big hole. Daniel Amati couldn't fit.
Couldn't fit. Drinkwater was actually struggling in the middle of the park, and it was as if Leicester City were beaten by everybody. But then, especially after Ranieri left, and of course Craig Shakespeare came in, I mean, they kind of found a role. Now, where they saw the importance of him was that first goal, I think, in the English Football League. Yeah, that first goal, that screamer that is called in the English Football League, and it was like, okay, fine, there's a way we can actually play this guy. Now, and Craig Shakespeare came in and they realized that, okay, yes, we can play him. Defensively is good. On the run of play, it can be very, very decisive and very, very massive. And that was why, you
can also throw in ball distribution,
his ball distribution
as well.
Is awesome. You know, of course, his ball distribution is awesome as well.
And aside that, 8 out of 10 is going to win a tackle.
Exactly, he's going to win a tackle on that. And he actually helped. I mean, look at the matches they have played. They've only lost about 2-3 out after Ranieri left. It wasn't as if Ranieri did not know what to do. But, because of that, they won the league last season, and the fact that their expectations were high and all that. So they needed a breath of fresh air. And it actually happened. And Onye, Wilfred Ndidi, is a very
stabilizing factor.
Pivotal, important player in Leicester City. As far as I'm concerned, yes, we could talk about the likes of the Jamie Vardy and the Riyad Mahrez and all that, but for me, the most important player, especially in the second half of the season, was Wilfred Ndidi. It was everything good in the middle of the park.
I think I agree with you. It comes behind, probably, Kasper Schmeichel, in my books. But nobody's asking me, so we'll move on. All right, let's leave football and talk tennis. Biggest piece of news coming out of the French Open that's going to take place later in the month. The organizers of the French Open are saying that Maria Sharapova will not, will not be given a wild card.
Well, at first, they did not give a reason.
Initially,
they did not give a reason.
They just posted it on their website, and the name was not there.
Well, at first, they didn't give a reason. But then, the president of the French
after he was pressed to give a reason,
he actually came out, and it is basic. Basically, she's suffering because she in quotes is a cheat.
It's a violation.
In quotes, violation. But as far as I'm concerned, she served that time. But then the president of the French Tennis Federation, Bernard Gusidieli, actually said that he wants to protect the game from cheats. He wants to protect the game from doping, and because of it, fine. Yeah, he understands the fact that Sharapova needed to play, but
yeah,
you know,
there will be more on Sharapova.
All right.
There will be more on Sharapova. Cosmos has a lot to give to us on Sharapova. It's surprising. We thought she was going to get a wild card. We'll tell you more about Maria Sharapova and, of course, Roger Federer when we return from this break. Join us again.